Well, hello friends and welcome to my channel. My name is EJ Marino and I am so excited to dive into a brand new review with you. I'm talking about the Train to Busan sequel, Peninsula. I am a big fan of Train to Busan, a Korean zombie movie that is unlike anything I have seen from that genre, and I will say the sequel has a similar vibe that feels so new and fresh and unlike anything that you see in like American zombie movies. Now, to get into Peninsula a little bit, I don't love it as much as I love the first one. That first movie, Train to Busan, is an absolute classic, where the sequel is a pretty good movie. It has strong emotional moments, great zombie action, but it doesn't have the heart and the soul that the original Train to Busan had. If I'm going to compare this to anything, I would say Train to Busan is Alien, where the sequel, Peninsula, is more like Aliens, where there's a little bit more action, a little bit bolder, a little bit bigger, but it doesn't have that heart, soul, and scariness as that first film. And that's not to say I don't enjoy Peninsula, because this movie is so strong. It's a Cannes 2020 entry for a reason. There is a lot to enjoy from this movie, so I'm not trying to take it away from it by saying I don't love it as much as Train to Busan. I just have to get that out of the way first, because it did weigh on me a little bit during my viewing. So the film starts and we're right there where that first initial outbreak happened, and then we jump 4 years into the future and we follow a character named Jung. I'm gonna let you guys know I'm not great with Korean names, so if I mispronounce anything, let me know how to pronounce it properly down below. So yes, we follow the character Jung as he goes back to the Peninsula. He has been living in Hong Kong for a while after escaping Korea during the first outbreak, so now he's coming back with a group of people to look for some money. Yeah, it's a plot that I'm like, oh, like a heist situation. Okay, that's an interesting route to take it, and it's still a heist movie, but there's some stuff in there that I really enjoy. When he gets there and gets separated from that original group and meets the new group of people he's with the two younger members, oh my goodness, I love both of them so much. When he gets there, then it becomes a little bit more like the Train to Busan that we all know and love, where we're seeing this man throw away all of the logic that he has for the situations and is going in headstrong, badass, and with power. I actually really liked following the character of Jung in this movie because he is really competent. He's a military background, so unlike the first Train to Busan where it's just a bunch of people on a train who don't really know how to fight zombies, this is a team that's been dealing with them for a while, so they come in with tricks and tips that I really like seeing. So it's nice to see in a zombie movie that people actually know what the hell they're doing. You know, if you watch zombie movies, you get kind of tired of like, don't go down there, what are you doing, double tap. This is a movie that they know all the rules and they're definitely following them to a T. Director Young Sang-ho is so good at crafting a story. He directed the original Train to Busan in return for this one, and you can tell there's a similar vibe to it. Like I said, I do feel like it feels like the movie Aliens, where it's a little bit bigger, there's a lot more zombies, and they feel more of like a secondary character. This is way more of a human drama than the original first movie that is a pure zombie horror movie. There is a lot of human on human violence in this film, so I will say I like that he went that route, but it also did take away because it kind of made the zombies in the background a little bit. And with the zombies in these films, they're so unique, so scary that you want them to be at the forefront. Now, there is a lot of zombie action because there is a lot of zombies here. I mean, there's this one thing, I think it's in the trailer, where you see them all behind a glass wall. Oh, that comes into handy in the film. I really like that. So yeah, the director really knows what he's doing here. I thought he crafted a great story and a great world. Do I love every decision? Do I love every character? No, some of the baddies in this thing, I'm like, oh, they're so stereotypical, like, kind of like, like the oh ha 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 kind of villains. And you're like, oh, give me something a little bit better. Give me more layers to my characters. All of the good people are so fleshed out, where all the baddies are a little bit boring. This movie is filled with wall-to-wall action with so much that I actually enjoy. From the one like weird fight club of zombies where we have like in the trailer all those zombies together, that scene is really cool, especially later on when we see like a breakout there. I really liked seeing that. We also had one of the younger characters have this cool little like goat cart thing that goes around and distracts the zombies. The way she uses that, especially towards the end in a very dramatic moment, I love all of those little things. This is what I like about the Train to Busan movies, is the small details. I'm not trying to figure out why the zombie apocalypse happened. I'm not trying to figure out all that BS. I'm just here with these humans and figuring out what the hell we do to survive. How do we get this money from like Korea to Hong Kong? How do we do it? What do we do for this adventure? Can we be rescued? Those are the stories I like to see told, and they tell them masterfully here. I have to give a special shout out to the characters Yoon-jin and Jun-ai. Both of those little girls are so amazing in this film. They really make it. I like our character Jung, and he's a great character to follow, but once we get introduced to these two, it starts becoming way more fleshed out. The first film had a younger girl character that was amazing to see. This one keeps that up with a young actress that I enjoy seeing so much. She has the heartfelt moments, the end when she's crying for somebody and wants them there, you feel it. Oh my goodness, as much as I think this does get overblown into a big action movie at times, it's those moments at the end, especially the end of this movie, that really bring me back and remind me that Train to Busan and Peninsula are really about the heart and souls of these characters and their journeys. I mean, our character Jung does a really big mistake at the beginning and he pays for it at the end and tries to make up for it, and I really like seeing this. Again, this is such a masterfully made movie. Do I love it as much as the first one? No, but now talking about it a little bit more, I'm reminded that this is still a damn good movie. That is it for my review of Peninsula, the sequel to Train to Busan. What do you guys think of my review? What do you guys think of this movie? Let me know down in the comments below. I need to talk about this movie with people. It doesn't come out in the States to another month, so I try to keep this as spoiler-free as I can, but once you guys see this movie, you will understand it is so damn good. Comment down below, subscribe to my channel. I want to know what you guys think, and I make videos like this every single week, and give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video, because YouTube takes those way too seriously. Alright guys, let's talk about Peninsula and Train to Busan down below.